Hi, I was sitting in school today thinking about how my students make friends and how they clearly don't make friends in the manner that you would think that is traditional to be friends. Um, but they care for each other and they seem to love each other almost. And here's the thing. Here's the myth I'm going to bust today, and that is that autistic people can't have friends or don't make friends. And honestly, about 10 years ago, I might have agreed with you because I was in a place in my life where I didn't have any friends, and not didn't have any friends, but the friends that I have were not good people and they were just using me. Except for a select few, one of whom I married. But they were not really good people, most of them. And most of them were just using me to get what they wanted or to get access to something that I have that they wanted. You know, all those things. Like, they were just not good people. So I would have agreed with you. And when I was 5, I didn't have any friends. I literally had one friend, and she dragged me around with her to every little friend that she had because I didn't have any friends. So I just kind of had to glom onto her and hope that I could make friends. And she passed away when I was 5.5, and I don't know. It's been hard for me to make friends my whole life, but today I am an active participant in a Star Trek fan group. I have many people in the group that I would call my friends. Our captain, Steven, our admiral, Philip, his girlfriend, Tana, even though she's not in our ship, she's in another ship. Speaking of which, I have a bunch of friends on the Artesia as well. I mean, we're on the Astraeus, but I could go on and on all day long naming the people that I now consider to be my friends. My friend Chad, who probably needs me more than I need him half the time, but that's pretty fabulous, to feel needed and that I can make a difference in someone's life. The rest of you on my ship, if you are watching this, if I'm not naming your name, it's not because I don't care about you, it's because I haven't really gotten to know you yet. These are the people that I have gotten to know over the last, 2 months, and they are people that I've come to call friends. And when I discovered Star Trek, I saw 7 of 9 and decided that I would be a better social skilled person. Like, I just decided that my social skills were going to improve. I looked at her and I said to myself, I know that I can be better. And I'm sorry that I'm looking away from the camera so much. Today's been a rough day. It was Halloween out of school, so you know how that goes. But yeah, I mean, Star Trek made me realize that I could do better. That I could learn how to talk to people and ask them about themselves instead of just talking about me, etc. And I think it takes that kind of jump in your life to realize that it's something more than just I'm not good at making friends. It's not that. It's just you have to learn to show interest in other people and be a part of other people's lives. And that's something that's really hard for people with autism. It really is. It's incredibly difficult to realize that there is a world out there around you. At least for me, it was for a long time. And that other people need you to listen to. The best way I can kind of explain this is when I was doing my teaching credential program, I went through a positive behavior support class. And they asked me to do a project on someone I knew. And I said, well, I don't have very many friends. So is it okay if I do it on myself? And he said, sure, fine, but your parents have to help you with the data or something because you can't just like make it up yourself. I said, fine. So I went to my parents and I asked them what behavior they thought was the most intrusive, the worst thing that I do that they would like to help me fix. And my parents told me it's when you come home every day and you just talk about everything that you did all day and you're very excited about everything that you did all day, but you don't ask about my day. You don't ask about what's going on in our lives. Anyway, it took them telling me that to realize that that was something I was doing. And eventually, I just learned not to. I now make it a point to call them and just ask, like, I just wanted to check on you. And when I'm talking to people, it's a constant in my mind, like, don't forget to ask about them, don't forget to talk about them, don't forget to ask them how their life is, just because that's what makes people feel cared for. So while it is true that it is very hard sometimes for people with autism to make friends, because it's very hard for us to understand social skills, that does not mean that we cannot have friends. And that doesn't mean that people with autism don't have friends. Because I have a laundry list of friends. And if I had thought more about this video, I probably would have written it out as a list to show all of you. But I took a survey recently and they asked how many friends do you have that you would like call friends and that you talk to on a weekly basis. And the last one was 4 or more. And I thought to myself, how amazing is it that I can now fit into 4 or more? 10 years ago, I couldn't fit into 4 or more. 20 years ago, I had like 2. So I'm very happy to report that I now have more friends and that it is very possible for people with autism to make friends. It's just harder. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to go because as you can see behind me, there is a toy donation box. And I'm going to go to Target and buy some starter presents so that I can stick some in the bottom of each bin. And then I'm going to build 2 more because I have to take them to the locations tomorrow so that we can start our wonderful toy drive. It has nothing to do with autism, but it is something that I'm doing. And I'm perseverating on charity projects currently, and I'm totally okay with that because it's going to benefit the world. And so my ship and I are doing a toy drive for One Voice in Los Angeles to get them some more toys because they need them. They service about 2,500 families every year, and that's very important. Anyway, goodbye.